Tonight here in Indianapolis, our city leaders are coming together and they're expressing concerns about a violent weekend downtown.
10 people were shot, 4 of them killed, and 2 of those victims were teenagers. Our Anna Chalker talked with police today and the Office of Public Health and Safety to ask what they're going to do about the continuing violence.
In the area of 42nd and Mithofer, it's a quiet Monday, but that was not the case the day before.
These are very unfortunate situations.
Neighbors woke up to this crime scene in the middle of their apartment complex, where 19-year-old Isaiah Booker was found lying by this dumpster after police say he was shot and killed. But when neighbors went to sleep, police returned to the area, this time responding to the gas station down the road, where 2 teens were found shot. Both were taken to the hospital in critical condition. 17-year-old Taiwan Jones later died.
It's terrible. You know, we have to be better parents. We have to be better guardians. There's really no reason for people under the age of 18 to have a gun.
These victims were just few of many from over the weekend. The Office of Public Health and Safety's Chief Youth Violence Prevention Officer Ralph Durrett Jr. says it's troubling that 2 separate shootings in the same location took the lives of young people.
These are the ones that we want to target because these are going to be our young people who are actively going to be in the community, going into the workforce.
While OPHS did not have a team out here at 42nd and Mithofer during either of those shooting investigations on Sunday, they say this is an area they're planning on targeting because of the high rate of youth crime.
And it's not just engaging the community, but it's the organizations, the city of Indianapolis as an enterprise, partnering and collaborating with these different organizations in order to make what we do more collaborative, to bring that type of spirit to it and really build the relationship that we need to build in order for us to have a direct impact on the community that makes what we want to do in the community more pervasive.
And this is something IMPD is working to do as well.
By the time they get to us, at this age, it's too late. And so we all have to do better at getting upstream and getting these youth when we can.
An effort city leaders hope to continue to stop this trend. In Indianapolis, Anna Chalker, 13 News.
And moments ago, we just got a statement from City County Councilor Rena Allen. She represents that district, and she says, in part, addressing gun violence has always been a top priority for me as a city county councilor, and I firmly believe that real progress can only come through collaboration. Again, that coming from the city county councilor who represents that district. You can read her full statement online at WTHR.com.
Tonight, we are now learning the name of a man whose death led to a Metro Police shooting. The Marion County coroner has identified the victim as 48-year-old James McGuire. Someone shot and killed him Friday afternoon at an apartment complex on the east side. Officers also found a man in critical condition who was shot outside that complex near Riley Place and Terrence Avenue. Investigators say witnesses then gave them a description of the shooting suspect. And it was shortly after that officers say they spotted that suspect about a half-mile away, walking along the street near Emerson and Prospect. The police chief said that's when the suspect pulled a gun out of his sweatshirt pocket and pointed it at officers when they told him to show his hands. And that's when an officer shot the suspect. Police did not share the man's condition, other to say that he is stable.
Developing tonight in the apparent FBI investigation into an IU professor. A group of colleagues at IU Bloomington is now opposing the abrupt termination of that professor. The FBI searched homes in Carmel and Bloomington on Friday, which are owned by Xiaofang Wang. The FBI will not say who or what they're investigating, but we saw agents take several boxes of evidence from the Carmel home. Now, IU has not confirmed Wang's employment status, but he has been a researcher in systems security and data privacy in the School of Informatics. The Bloomington chapter of the American Association of University Professors sent a letter to the IU provost today asking IU to revoke Wang's termination. They say Wang, who is a tenured professor, was fired Friday, the same day as the FBI search. The president of the association told 13 News Wang was suspended on March 14th for research misconduct. The group wants Wang to be given the due process required under IU policy.
He was locked out of his office. He was locked out of his computer. He was suspended. And why they could not have followed that proper procedure for another 10 days to give him his notice and an opportunity to be heard So far, there's been no explanation.
That professor emeritus there says he knows no details about the FBI investigation. Wang is not charged with any crime at this time. And Tanford says Wang's wife, who worked at IU's library, was also fired. IU has removed Wang's profile from its website.
Stormy yesterday. We're on the colder side of that boundary. Temperatures right now down some 25 to more than 30 degrees from this time yesterday, down 32 in Indianapolis. That puts temperatures right now in the upper 30s and low 40s under mainly cloudy skies. We've had a few areas of drizzle as well. Headed downtown for Pacers and Sacramento. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 40s. Definitely going to need the coat, and grab the heavier coat early tomorrow morning. Morning temperatures in the middle and upper 20s. There will be some frost around. Heavy coat to jacket to sunglasses. Yes, there's some sunshine in that Tuesday forecast. Highs tomorrow in the mid 50s, but we are turning our attention quickly to Wednesday, a weather impact alert day for another round of severe weather.
All right, Angela, and with that severe weather threat on the calendar to impact Wednesday, we want to make sure that you're ready. We want to help you. So you can do so by downloading the WTHR Plus for Live Doppler 13 radar, as well as when you go there, you get our in-depth forecast leading up to our impact alert day, and also extended coverage from our team of meteorologists the day of the storm. You can follow their blog. All you have to do is download WTHR Plus on your TV, and you can stream it online free of charge.
Love those blogs, always super helpful. Tonight, we are learning the National Weather Service has not found any evidence of tornado damage across Bartholomew County as well as Monroe and Brown counties.
Right now, they're classifying the damage from the storms that we saw on Sunday as straight line winds. There were peak gusts of 70 to 80 miles an hour. Our Lauren Kostick has a look now at the cleanup that's underway in Bartholomew County.
This here is just one of dozens of trees that were toppled by Sunday's storm, the second to roll through this area in less than 2 weeks. And now with another on its way, the sheriff tells me time is ticking to get everything cleaned up and power restored.
Hey, grab your plumb ball.
Basically, the wind pretty much just came in, and it came in fast and it came in hard.
Bartholomew County Sheriff Chris Lane saying right now it's all hands on deck. Hail and damaging winds, uprooting trees, knocking down power lines, and tearing off roofs, especially around Grandview Lake. A tornado warning was issued, but the National Weather Service found no damage of tornado activity.
It's really a group effort, everybody coming out working as a team. We're all on the same team. We want the same accomplishment. We want to get the roads open. We want to get everybody's power back on.
The county REMC tells 13 News they are repairing dozens of power lines right now in the area, hoping to have everything restored by Monday night. And the sheriff is also reminding people to stay away from this damage. Not only can it be dangerous, but these crews also need space to work. In Columbus, Lauren Kostick, 13 News.
At last check, there are less than 430 customers that don't have power right now to the south. We're talking primarily Bartholomew, Monroe, and Brown counties. That's down from the thousands that were without power earlier today.
Yeah, they've been making a lot of progress down there all day long. Thankfully, no deaths were reported from the storms here in central Indiana.
Unfortunately, however, there are 2 reported deaths in northern Indiana. We're also getting a look at some of the damage seen across the northern part of the state. This is up in the Mishawaka area. You can see the storm there so strong it pulled the trees out of the ground. A massive tree there also brought down power lines and caused a lot of people as a result to lose their power.
And it was a similar story south of Chicago in Roselawn. This video shows the damage a tree caused. Look at that, going right into a house there during the storm when it hit this area over the weekend. Tonight, new reactions about those town halls held over the weekend by Indiana Congresswoman Victoria Spartz. Both events got loud and at times they were disruptive.
And so today, that was one on Friday and one on Saturday. On this Monday, Congresswoman Spartz herself is reacting to these events. Ashton Hackman was at the event Saturday in Muncie, and he joins us now live in studio to say, upon reflection now, what is Spartz saying today?
Yeah, she's saying she doesn't think many of these people people were even representing her district that well at all. Now, you might remember she represents Indiana District 5. That's the northern half of Indianapolis and stretches from Hamilton County to the Ohio border. Spartz is issuing a statement today saying, quote, "The radical left still hasn't learned that shouting and screaming won't work. No one is going to be intimidated and silenced. I hope at least some attendees were able to hear the common sense policies I am working to implement to benefit all Americans," end quote. Spartz's first town hall was Friday night in Westfield. There was such a large turnout, they had to change venues. People there pressed for answers on federal spending cuts. Then on Saturday, Spartz appeared in Muncie, and there were similar disruptions. One woman was hauled away early in that town hall. Spartz took to CNN to say those demonstrating prevented other supporters from having a seat.
They wanted to make sure they get in, and they were professional protesters, agitators. They do it in other places, that they get in first, that they can flood the room, that a lot of legitimate constituents couldn't even come.
Some constituents in other districts say their Republican representatives won't hold a town hall at all. A political science professor at UIndy says it's not surprising.
Elected officials who may have been on the fence and weren't sure if they were going to do one are probably less inclined, quite frankly. Not everyone wants to be yelled at. Not everyone feels comfortable hearing those perspectives and the tension.
Now, there was a lot more to my conversation with Dr. Wilson, including why she thinks some representatives aren't necessarily having these town halls either. That's ahead at 6.
Okay, and it was just a few weeks ago, I know, that the Republican leaders in Washington were encouraging House Republicans not to hold town halls because of the disruptions.
Yeah, you do have to give some credit for the fact of going ahead anyway, knowing that it might not be a really happy crowd, but facing them anyway.
She said it was she felt like it's her duty to do so. Right. Look forward to your story at 6. Thanks, Ashton.
All right. Happening at the State House today, the first ever Pink Out. Hoosier breast cancer advocates led the event, which brought together other advocates, survivors, researchers, and lawmakers. And they spoke about research for breast cancer and some other policies that they believe really are needed to save Hoosier lives.
Over 6,000 Hoosiers will be diagnosed with breast cancer this year, and over 900 of us will die. That means the whole town of Cicero will have breast cancer being diagnosed, to put that into perspective.
State lawmakers addressed the crowd as well to raise awareness about a breast cancer research bill, which did pass out of the House Health Committee, but it has not yet been placed in the budget. So they urge those who are all in attendance today to use their phone, to go in their pink phone booth, to call lawmakers and let them know how breast cancer impacts all lives.